What's good, y'all? Welcome to an episode of the GinTV podcast. As always, your boy EAZY.
Hey, one of Sauce God.
And as always, we have a very special guest in the building today. We got someone that drove a little while to come here, which we appreciate, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You put some miles in the car for that, man.
Yeah.
I respect it. We got Moneybag in here.
Yep, the one. Yep, what's going on, guys?
How you doing, man?
Good, man.
How's everything, bro?
Good.
How's the drive? Drive was good?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? 45 minutes.
But 45 minutes in this economy, man. I don't know. Like, I think if I'm driving 45 minutes somewhere, I'm almost charging some gas money. Like,
I need some money. Nah, man.
That's steep. That's steep. What's the longest drive you ever drove for some pussy?
The longest drive for some pussy? Yeah, I've never prioritized pussy like that, to be honest with you. So maybe like 30 minutes, 35. I like to keep my pussy low.
I feel like once after you hit 30 minutes, it definitely become like a little steep. Like, I don't know.
Like,
how about you?
2 hours.
2 hours?
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
He's traveling for that pussy.
2 hours. I had to go to New York for it.
How about you?
Nah, I keep it local. I ain't traveling.
Yeah, 2 hours. It was steep.
About my business, I ain't going. That's too long.
Well, speaking of business, I know you got your own clothing line, All the Way Clothing.
Yep, hell yeah, man.
So, let's start in the beginning. Like, what made you start your own clothing line? Like, how did you come up with the name?
So basically, clothing in general. My partner, Dilly Gang, he came to me. I was just basically just getting money, just doing my thing. You know what I mean? And then he's like, you gotta start something, man. You like clothes. He's like, make a brand or something. And then I was like, I was always rocking polo, spending money on clothes. Okay. I was going to Macy's every week, fucking spending about $1,000 a week.
How old are you?
Me, 34.
34?
Yeah.
Same age. So so me and you kind of grew up like in the same kind of generation of clothing line, because polo, I think in 2010.
Polo, True Religion, that was my shit, bro.
Like
that's all I was rocking. I got mad Chewy jeans. I got fucking pure polo rugbies. All that shit, bro.
That shit was like a Mary's and
polo
like
shirt, True Religion jeans, and a pair of Jordans on. You was getting pussy.
That was my shit, bro. Jordans with the fucking Chewy, with the fucking the polo,
and the Cartier glasses.
Yeah,
so
and I had the Cardis for
killing it.
I had the Cardis for a while.
That's why he had to drive that far, yo. That shit came to him. They was putting in hours to come see him.
Now these kids are wearing like Gucci shirts and like Amiri pants and
you could be doing that, or you could be buying your own brand and making yourself something. Like sometimes, like you spending all that money on these designers when you can make your own designer. That's what I try to tell people. You know what I mean? It's like you could spend a lot of money, or you could make a lot of money. What do you really want to do?
Do you think it's worth it for everybody to go, like for people to go into clothing? Because there are some people that are into fashion.
I think everyone should have their own brand.
Really?
Clothing. Yes. I think even like you guys, you guys have your own. You are someone, right? So you should have your own brand.
Okay.
So it's all about branding.
You're not worried about competition at all?
Well, you got people in your family, you got your friends that are gonna support you. Why not rock your shit? Fuck that Nike. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a valid
real
point.
Shit. Like, it's real deal. Like, and now a lot of people are starting to realize that, and they're making their own clothes. It's like since Corona came around, like everyone's trying to do their own business. They're trying to get their own. Clothing's big. Clothing's so big. Like when I started the clothing business, I didn't think it was gonna be that big.
Right.
But now it's like you got businesses that need clothing. You got people, merch, artists that want clothing. Everyone needs clothing. That's one thing I didn't realize. What I'm saying?
Like a walking billboard, essentially.
Yeah.
Yo, but one thing I didn't realize about like artists specifically is like how much of their money they actually make off merch and their clothes.
It's
you know what
extreme.
I mean? Yeah. But like, I thought most of their money came from music, but like, I forgot who it was. It might have been Travis Scott. I think they had given.
Yeah, look at him.
Put his numbers on
Kanye, Travis Scott, like they're fucking making stupid money, like crazy money.
Bro, even like even like influencers. Like I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know how heavy you guys are into YouTube, but like Logan Paul had that situation a couple of years ago where he ended up going to like Japan and recorded like a dead body hanging from a tree or something like that, right? So he was going through that phase, and like he was losing partnerships. Everybody like YouTube stopped messing with him, and TMZ asked him like, "Yo, how are you making money right now?" He just like grabbed his shirt and was like, he's making money off his shirt. And it was like, I think it was his cash cow at the time. We know how YouTubers are getting paid, you know?
Yeah, especially YouTube. Like that's right there. If you throw the shirt on, so many people are seeing you. You know what I mean?
I mean, do you think, like, for you specifically, you said that everyone should have, like, their own clothing brand. Do you think it's more cost effective for you to wear your own brand, or do you think, like, it becomes more expensive to wear your own stuff in comparison to someone else?
No, because basically, it depends. Like, if you're already buying expensive clothes, you're already cutting the price to make your own, because it's so much cheaper than that price. You know what I mean? That $100 50 shirt or more is gonna get you 10 shirts custom with yours. And now you wear one, you sell 9. Now you get some more money, you can get some more clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you kind of like you're really trapping, you know? Like you just,
it's all hustle. It's a hustle, but like,
except like you're kind of like you're kind of promoting like taking in some of your own supply. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're wearing the shirt, but it's like, all right, let me, like, you selling something, right? You got me.
And you selling your brand. Shit, you know what I'm saying? It's your name. You know what I'm saying? Now that person got your name on them. Now they seeing that.
Yo, do you now that you got your own clothing line, do you wear other brands or like?
Yes, I wear local other brands here and there. I will throw on a polo if I want to look casual or do something like that. You know what I mean? I'm not just rocking only mine, but on a 80% base, I'm rocking my own stuff always. You know what I mean? I got so much stuff.
I tell you what, if I ever have a clothing brand, I am not rocking anything else. Like just my clothes.
Yeah,
just my
clothes. Sometimes you gotta, because you want to always. You want to rock your other people's clothes.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
people just support. You know what I mean? Support's big. You got to support each other, because that's what it's all about now. You know what I mean? You gotta want to support too. If you're not a person that wants to support, then fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can't want support and not show support.
Yeah.
I think that's actually what happens most of the time. I think a lot of people are not showing support, and then they're fucking surprised when they start a business or eventually they don't get the support back. But it's like, yo, you weren't showing support when it was your turn to do it.
Yeah, so watch. But it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, show support always, because you're going to want it back. You know what I mean? And then they'll come back. But don't look for it amongst your people, because you might not get it like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to always be grinding hard for it. Cause,
I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, whenever you're starting anything, you know, you definitely look for support amongst your own people, but those aren't the ones that's going to be really the most
it'll discourage you. You know what I mean? And you might not get as much as you think that, you know what I'm saying? And then some people won't want to do stuff, but just keep grinding, because you'll get it. You know
I mean, so
when did you actually start your clothing line, or how long have you had it?
So I've had a clothing line probably about like 7-8 years.
Oh, so this is even before COVID too.
Oh yeah. When we first started our business, we first started with a recording studio.
Okay.
We got a storefront about 9-10 years ago. Me and my partner Dilly Gang, and we just started grinding with the store. I mean, with the recording studio, and then we did like right in the front of the storefront. It was like a little store, like it was about like just like a front.
Okay.
Front part of the store, and then we had the clothing rack. We just filled it up with mad clothes, and that was our first store.
And at that time, was it still all the way closed?
No, we started selling like Polo, True Religion.
Oh, like okay.
Not like here and there. It was like a vintage store. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
You go there, you get some dope shit, some New York stuff we put in there, some jeans. You know what I'm saying?
How were you guys getting this clothes? Just like
going to New York City.
Oh, just shopping over there.
Yep, going to New York.
And then marking it up.
We found a good spot, good people, and we getting the clothes from New York, bringing them, just selling them right in the front of the store. The first month we did $3,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like, wow. And then we just like,
you're like, yeah, this is working.
Yeah. And then we're like fucking buying Born Fly, Smoke Rise, like Black Pyramid.
Okay.
Like all them New York brands.
Yeah.
But then we're spending like $1,000 on ships. They're making you buy one shirt, like 12 of them, one shirts, you know what I mean? All different sizes. And like sets, you would have to buy them like that. But then it wasn't really like, we're like, why aren't we making our own? Like my boy's like, let's make our own clothes.
So how long did you guys, how long did you guys like sell like those other brands until you realized like, yo, like what are we doing here? Let's just like until you and your boy.
Good, like about a year.
A good year, okay.
Yeah, and then we're selling it, but I'm telling every customer that like it's mine. Like I'm like, this is that new hot shit. Rock this, and then they buying it. You know what I'm saying? But that could be my shit. Like, and then they would have been. Then we transitioned it into our own clothing.
Okay.
How was the support when you ended up starting your own clothing brand?
It was good. Like people were doing it, but it was steady. It's hard. Our town's not like it's not a rich town. You know what I'm saying? But my clothes are reasonable prices. I sell sweatsuits for like $80 to $90. You know what I'm saying?
For the whole suit.
For the whole suit.
Yeah,
I don't tax.
Reasonable. That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't tax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I want my clothes affordable price. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, maybe I'll increase it a little bit, but like I want to market like a reasonable price. You know what I'm saying?
You still, at that price, are you still making like a profit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, are you getting this stuff like from China or somewhere? Like
no. So all right. So I got some warehouses with blank clothing that we print logos. So I got some, and then I got manufacturers as well too. And then I got a team. Like I got an embroidery, and we got screen printing. We got direct to garment. It's my uncle. We do all the work and stuff. So you know, what I mean, we got an in-house team, and then we got an overseas team. So that we've been working with for years. So it's been good, reliable, good quality work.
So is your team employees, or is it like all people that have like equity in the business?
So basically, I don't have no employees, but like, you know what I mean? My uncle's got his own shop, and then he does all my work for me. So it's like on the side, he does mine. So I'm not physically embroidering the work myself. Yeah, I do some vinyl printing and direct to garment printing myself, but when it comes to the embroidery, I've had chances to buy the machine and do it, but then I'm like, do I really want to take that route? Sit behind that machine and work the machine? I got so many other hustles. It's like that don't really fit into what I really want to do. So
yeah, essentially, like your biggest asset right now is time. You know, so if you could spend your time making more money, it seems more beneficial.
We got the team. You know what I mean? Like I got my prices with him. What he does is the wholesale prices for me because I do all wholesale, and then you know what I'm saying? Everything works out. You know what I mean? I could make more money if I buy my own machine, but then it's more time I got to spend on the machine.
I think that's a problem with like a lot of businesses, even like restaurants. Business owners end up becoming an employee for themselves, you know, and like they don't end up hiring an employee because they think it's going to be too much expense or whatever the case is, but not realizing that you're allocating all of your free time towards being an employee. You know, so the route that you took, like, you know, the route that you took where you ended up like, okay, like I got my uncle that can help me out with this while I go focus on building the brand, you know.
And I'm selling my clothing. And then I'm dealing with my other hustles, the performances. We got the studio. I got a recording studio.
Yo, is this is where your store is now? Is that the same one that you guys had from years ago?
Okay. Yeah, and then hold on, what did you say?
You said is that the same studio?
No, so
years ago, or no?
Yeah. Just to fast forward from there, we just had that little front part in our old studio, but then we bought the building behind. When I bought it, we rent the building behind it, and we got the bigger studio with 3 control rooms and 3 booths. And then we got the clothing stores in the building in front of it. So then we got a whole another store that's a lot bigger now, and we got a lot more space. So
in the studio, like, are you running that too, or is that your partner?
That's me and my partner. So we got.
You guys are recording artists in there?
Yeah, my partner records a lot, and then we rent out monthly sessions. Like other people come and record themselves and all that as well too. So
you said you rent out monthly sessions. How does that work?
So you pay a monthly price, and then you come in and do your like you could have your own engineer.
Okay.
So then you pay the monthly bill, and then you come in and get your monthly time.
Okay.
You do your stuff like that, or you could pay hourly. We do it hourly as well.
So you say you have your own engineer, so the engineer would just come in.
We have in-house engineers too. We got like 3 or 4 in-house engineers. If you go to bookthestu.com, all the engineers are listed on the page, and then you could book your time and all that. Yeah.
So for the monthly price, they could come in as often as they want during that month, or how does it work? Like,
yeah, it's limited time. It's not. There is an unlimited prices, but it's more than the hourly. You know what I mean? You get a certain amount of hours.
How much is the unlimited price?
You'd have to talk to my partner about that.
Okay.
Yeah. It fluctuates. It went up since the years. So you know what I mean? I direct all business to the recording studio to Dilly Gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right, you guys kind of like split your responsibilities in a sense,
yeah, because I'm more on the clothing. He's more on the studio. Yeah.
Damn, bro, that's like you guys got a good partnership.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time. Yeah.
How do you guys like keep that like amicable? You know what I mean? Like usually, like, you know, when you start a partnership like that, like there's usually some type of issues. Like, you know, like how do you guys? How long have you guys known each other for?
Our whole life.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I've known him. Yes, ever since I was like 12 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe even before that. Yeah, 10, 12. Yeah.
What are some struggles that you guys had, like business wise? Have you had?
We're
any
brothers
struggles?
too, so you know how that goes. You might not see eye to eye on some stuff, but we get through it because we're brothers.
Okay.
And then we're business partners, so you know what I'm saying.
I guess that's what scares a lot of people too, and like going into partnerships with like their friends or family.
There's a whole saying, like never do business.
Yeah, no, there is, but you know what I mean. you get through it. You know what I mean? And then everything's good. You know what I mean? We're becoming, this shit's going good. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So, what's like the future plans with this clothing line? I guess what's the future for you guys with the studio and the clothing line? Like, what what are you trying to scale it to? Like, you kind of trying to open more stores, more studios? Or?
Yeah, definitely. I just actually did got a little space in Hartford, Connecticut.
Okay.
It's in a photography studio, YLI Studios. So now I rent space out of there, and I got a little sub store where I got some of my merchandise set up, and now I got access to the photography studio as well. So that's another little gig I got going on, and now so we're expanding that as well, as much as we could, and we also expanded into New York City, Times Square.
Times Square?
Yep, Times Square. We got a studio out there on 38th.
Like Times Square,
Yeah,
by
right.
the Red Steps?
Yeah, 38th and 8th Ave. Yep, it's about 2 blocks from the Red Stairs. Yep.
How did you guys finesse that? That's like the best placement ever. Like,
yeah, well, so our buddies had a recording studio in the building. We got one in, and so we're familiar with the building.
Okay.
It's called the Music Building. So we got up in there during Corona. We got it for a good price and locked
like
in
you guys
on it.
bought the part of the building, or is it like how does it?
No, I rent.
You
Rent.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's a locked in rent kind of situation.
Yeah, from the Corona price.
Okay.
So it was a reasonable price, and New York City, you can't beat that. So
Absolutely.
Hopped
I'm
up
trying to
into
think
that.
what
Times
a
Square is
reasonable
crazy.
price is, man. Like, I'm like, in Times,
couple racks.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just take a guess here. 35 for
No, under that.
under that. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah.
So like 2025.
Well, you got electricity
Not without-
and all
I mean,
that shit
yeah,
too.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean, it's expensive, but
Yeah.
it's worth it because the
I'm
vibe
just
out
thinking,
there
like, yo,
is
I would
fucking.
think anything under like 5,000 is like
Yeah.
a fucking right, yo,
Yeah.
because right there you have access to like New York City.
Bro, I
yeah,
think-
Like,
yeah,
yo,
it's fucking the vibe. It's crazy. You know what I mean? You walk right out the door, you bow Times Square.
Bro, people are paying more than that for Waterbury Mall. Like,
yeah.
You know, I got I know people that actually rented out spaces in Waterbury Mall, and the number is way higher than that. Like I think like close to like 7, 8.
No, this, you know what I
That's
mean?
a
It could
steal,
have been
bro.
a lot. New York is, you know what I mean? It's expensive. You know what I mean? So we locked in on that. So we've been doing that too. So.
What made you guys pick that place out of because I mean like it's
Well, it was
far
an
from your
expand. It was an expand.
I know that, but like I guess out of all the places, like, cause it's kind of far from your hometown. I feel like aren't you like guys a little closer to Boston?
No, well, we're New York people. We've always been going to New York. So
Okay,
New York, and New York's a spot. You know what I mean? Boston's a spot too, but you got to be
That's not
planted.
even
You
close.
got to be
That's not
planted
even
in New
close.
York,
Yeah,
especially with music and fashion. It's like it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying?
Have you guys started the fashion part in New York yet or no?
Yeah, I'm all over there. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm all over there, everywhere. You know what I mean? So when it comes to knowing where to go, I know where to go all over there. So
No, I'm saying have you started selling your clothing line in?
yeah, I've
in-
got some
okay.
stuff out there.
Okay.
I met a lot of people from being out there as well too. So
word?
yeah, it's definitely a good opportunity.
like you've been networking a lot.
Oh yeah, I network all the time.
Yeah,
out there.
have you networked with any brands out there from New York? You know, like one brand I actually like from New York City, and they're kind of popular, and it's called Lifestyle NYC.
Oh yeah, I got Lifestyle on there.
Oh.
They've been doing the Chanel too. The
Yeah.
Chanel,
I like
the
their
Chanel
sweatsuits,
patches.
too.
Yep,
Yeah.
Lifestyle. I never actually met him,
Okay.
but I see his stuff over there all the
Okay.
time. Yeah.
And then there's a jean company called Embellish Jeans. NYC.
Embellish, I know Embellish. There's some good jeans.
Yeah.
Colt, you know Colt of it's like Colt of I can't. They got it's with the thing with the eyes with the X's on it.
I've seen it. I've seen.
Yeah,
it.
they're
Okay.
like right down the street. They got a nice little spot over
Okay.
there. Yeah.
So with this studio over there, like, are you guys trying to like kind of tap in like the bigger like New York artists, like?
Yeah, so we got a guy out there who lives out there. He's running it, and then
Okay.
I got my partner Dilly Gang. He's out there a couple of days of the week too, running it. So
And they're just doing sessions like.
yeah, we got a podcast room, and then we got a
Oh really?
control room with the
You got a podcast room?
yeah, we got a podcast room. So like, if you ever did want to go out there and do a
Yo, you
special
just-
edition,
that's in my- yo, that's in my head right now.
we do got a podcast room out there too and shit. Yeah.
In Times Square.
Yep.
We got to
Yo,
chop it up.
It's opportunities, man. Yeah.
How much for a session for the podcast?
We'll
room?
talk about that out there.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah.
I need to lock
Yeah.
this shit on now.
Now remember you gave me this price.
Not video proof, bro.
Yeah. Nah, but
Nah, I like
we'll make
that
shit happen,
I
bro,
like
for
that.
sure.
Nah, yo,
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I might
Yeah, no, it's a
Yo,
vibe.
we're definitely
bro.
we're definitely trying to, like I said, like you live like pretty much on the opposite state of, like, on the opposite side of the state, like, from us,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
So, like, New York City definitely a spot where we want to, like, hit up and, like, kind of tap into
Yeah,
that.
it's where you need to be for all things. Like,
Unfortunately,
you know what I mean?
right? I mean,
It's like,
it's harder to, like, make
yeah.
it in the industry, like, in the industry from Connecticut, or, like, and stay here.
Well, you got to get out the box. You got to get wherever you're from. You do what you do out there, but then you got to go other places too. You can't be scared to go places. That's why you said come to Waterbury. I drive out here by myself. Come to Waterbury. I drive to New York all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll go. Like, it's all about.
Yo, how many
you know what I'm saying?
hours a week are you putting into, like, this work, like, at this job? Like, I mean, it seems like it's just nonstop.
So for the clothing,
Just like all of it. Like,
I'm always working. If I'm not working, when I'm with my family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. It's work every day. I go to work. Yeah.
So are you doing this full? Like, when did it become full time for you? Where you were like, okay, I'm gonna give this all of my focus.
I ended up buying. I bought a convenience store. Well, we had a convenience store. We just ended up selling it like last year.
You and Dilly Gang?
Yeah, yeah. So, and I was working the convenience store. It slowed me down on the clothes tremendously. You know what I mean? I was just in the convenience store every day, all day, from 7 a.m. to
like you to do it
11 a.m. Convenience store shit, bro. Convenience store shit. It slowed me up crazy, bro. Like, and then I had a kid too. I got it. My son. Raised him at the convenience store.
You just had a kid? Or?
No, like 8 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So
he's 8 years old?
Yeah.
Oh, my same age.
So I was basically had my son, and I was working a convenience store for like fucking 5-6 years, bro. Like,
so which came first, the convenience store or the recording studio? We had the convenience
store and the clothing store. Okay. So I was running 2 stores at one, but I kind of put the clothing on the back burner, but I was still making clothes for people at the same time as working the convenience store. I was double hustle. I was doing convenience, and I had 2 stores. So I was locking the clothing store, working the convenience store. If you wanted to come in the clothing store, you come in, I'll show you my clothing store. It's like a show. It's like a showroom, you know what I mean? Okay. So like, say you want to get your brand going. You come in, check the quality, see what style you want to roll with, and then we get the order put in. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So was the convenience store profitable as well?
It was here and there, but then it was just a headache, and then we ended up getting rid of it, selling it.
What was the headache about it?
Yeah, it's not what I want to do. I want to sell clothes. I don't want to sell being
chips
behind the fucking thing. Hearing everyone's day-to-day problem. Like, I'm the dude you got to come talk to every day. Like, shit was crazy, man. So, yeah, we got rid of that, and then I just went full force into the clothing store. And then ever since I've been doing that, it's been going fucking crazy good.
So no regrets selling the convenience?
Yeah, nah. Because it's just not what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was just a fucking little... It was
like a job to you. It was just a regular job.
Yeah. And it was fucking up what I had going on for the clothing. You know
how does you just mentioned you have a son. You said he's 8.
Yeah.
How does he like feel about all this stuff? I mean,
he loved the store, like, and he loves the clothes. He's like, I get him the pictures of him. We model our shit. Like, he gets that. He loves that shit.
Like, and you make kid clothing too?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I do some of it. I'm not full force into it, but like, so basically we got a website coming. The website will officially be dropping within a month or so. Okay. So I've been doing this without a website my whole time. So like, if you hit me up on Instagram, I'll send you the clothes. Like, I've had a bunch of customers like that, but I never had a physical. But I never had the physical website to get clothes off of. So now we're gonna be dropping the website. So now it's up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? That's like a virtual store, you know? So
I mean, it's probably going to help you a lot. Like, cut down on your time a lot, too, with, like, having to go back and forth through it. Yo, because, like, DMing people is, like, fucking such a headache, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking, especially right now, it's just been going crazy. And I do a lot of business on Instagram and Facebook, so it's like I'm always getting flooded with people wanting to know prices, this and that. And that's the main thing with the website when it comes to, like, prices. It's like your price list right on the website, so you don't have to keep explaining
everything.
You don't gotta like haggle with people. I've had people like, yo, can you do 40? Can you?
It happens. It's the business. But like, it's just right there. So
I mean, do you see a benefit in I guess paying for promotion, like in some? I know you say you deal with rappers and stuff as well too. So do have any of them like model your clothes, or have like some type of deal that they got going on back and forth? Or, okay, like I'll if you wear this, like I'll give you a percentage off of like the sales that come off of it.
Oh, well, like me having people wear my stuff.
Yeah. So like big artists or
I haven't
influencers.
Yeah, so that's another thing I haven't really been doing like I should be doing. Like I've had some people wear it, but like I haven't been targeting like the bigger people. And then like I've reached out to a whole bunch of people. I got their address, and I'm just been so busy I ain't send it out. Like do shit like that, or be like, oh, I ain't sending nothing for free type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You got like some big artists?
Not big artists, like just like I've talked to a couple people, you know what I mean? But like when it comes to like sending out, I never really went through with it, or just stuff like that.
What do you think is holding you back from doing that?
Because at first, like I was like, I don't really want to send something out, like, and then it might not get warm, like, you know. But then like I just got to really hop on that. That's what I got to do.
Probably one of those risky things, because like I know. It's like, like say you getting like, who's a big artist to you, like that, or who's like somebody that you really listen to, like that you fuck like rap wise, like famous, like who do you listen to?
Like Little Baby or something.
It's like, all right, like obviously Little Baby's E. It's like you sent like a couple sweatsuits to Little Baby for free, right? And it's like you just gotta take that risk of like, damn, am I just taking?
There's other ways, easier ways. So what you want to do is get the meet and greet.
Okay.
You plan the meet and greet, pay for the price, have them wear it while you get the picture right there. That's the easiest way to do it. Like if you're just sending it through the mail, like it might not be like,
not even
you know what I'm saying? It's a
okay.
I like giving people the sauce. Like I like people seeing them do good. Like I'm gonna tell people like that's the way to do it. You know what I mean? Like that's the easiest way to get your clothing into an artist's hand.
Is a meet and greet. Actually, I would have never thought of that, bro. Like,
I never thought of that either.
Y'all just DM them, hopefully, yo, man, like,
it's not, like,
that's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, we ended up having someone else up here that had a clothing brand as well, and one way that they did it was like tackling their the influencer stylist, and getting connected with them, so that way, whenever the person is wearing or has an event coming up, they just say, hey, such and such, like I need this size, and they'll send it to them, and they end up like jumping on this shit. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like there's a couple angles that you could take on that, but if you, especially if it could kind of be beneficial if you're paying somebody that can, not really paying like, yo, if you wear this and like you make X amount of sales, like you get a percentage off of it. There's some mutual stuff there's a mutual incentive instead of just being like, yo, do you mind wearing this shirt for me and take a couple pictures in it,
Yeah. Well, if you see them, and you could obviously try to say, you know what I'm saying? But like people want it, like there's people on Instagram, they'll hit you up, they'll be like, oh, I know this person pay this, we'll get them in it. But it's all bullshit.
Right.
It's a money scheme.
It's a lot of people trying to finesse you. It's like
it's a money scheme. Yeah.
I mean, have you ever thought about I guess going back to, I think you mentioned it slightly, but have you ever thought about people coming to you and you being like the middleman for their clothing brand? So like,
well, I know a lot of things, so it's not like a middleman. My process of how I'm doing clothes might be a good way, and it's definitely reasonable price. You know what I'm saying? Some people might think, oh, I could just. Well, when it comes to in-house embroidery, I have clean work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and it shows for itself.
I'm looking at it.
It's like this isn't in-house. This is manufactured.
Okay.
So when it comes to like stuff like we provide from in-house, like it shit's good work. Like real clean work. So people see it and it just goes for itself. You got some people that do it here and there in their house. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna come out as clean, and then they're always like, damn, why did I take that route? Or they might go through Pakistan, send the money, get burnt, not get nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a lot of different ways you could get clothing now.
So you say you're not the middleman in a sense. So how do you structure it? So like, let's just say I have my own brand, or like I have an idea for a brand.
Yep.
Like, do you have something where like I can come to you and then like come up with the image, come up with everything, and then you end up making it?
I make it happen for people. That's what I do. Okay. Yeah. So basically, you come to my store, or you call me on the phone, tell me you got the logo. I'll look at your logo. I'll tell you what I feel is the best way to print that logo.
Okay.
If it's going to be embroidery, direct to garment, screen printed. Because screen print and direct to garment, sometimes if it's too many colors, it's too many screens, you don't want to take that route.
So can you explain what's screen printing versus
screen
direct to garment?
Screen printing is when you make the screen and you paint it onto the screen. Like
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's just screen print.
Like back and
Yeah,
forth. And
direct to garment is when you got the printer and you send the shirt and it prints it right onto the shirt and into the clothing.
Okay.
And embroidery stitched into the clothing.
Right.
So, like I'll look at your design. You know what I mean? If you want some sweatsuits, tech suits, maybe embroidery is the best way to go because that's the cleanest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'll give you the price of the blank suits.
Yeah.
Or we can manufacture your suits from scratch. You know what I mean? Like the suit, like a pullover, sweatsuit, or it could be a zip up.
Okay.
And then I'll just give you the price, and then we rock from there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's pretty explained. You know what I mean? We get anything done. I really haven't had a job that was not. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
With embroidery, probably would be like the most expensive one, right? Because it's just the most time consuming in a sense.
Yeah, and embroidery, it's the cleanest though. You know what I mean? You get what you pay for.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Personally, for me, I definitely like the embroidery look 1,000%.
Yeah, embroidery's clean.
Yeah.
I feel like and it doesn't like when you wash it doesn't like crack.
And it won't.
When you do a print on the screen print or like the direct to garment, I feel like after somebody washes, like you start seeing like those little cracks and shit.
Yeah, and that's another thing with the embroidery. Like some people might do some cheap embroidery, not double back it, and then with the backing on it, and it'll crumple quick. Like you ever seen some cheap embroidery where it just fucking yeah.
So would that be like a screen print, or would that be like a?
That would be a screen print type. Yeah, I would say screen print. You could feel that right on it, right? Yeah, screen print.
Okay. So how do you like? Is it a different quality of material? Because I know, like he said, sometimes they end up cracking, they end up fading. Like
it's all about the quality of the work.
Okay.
Some people do like you'll never see that Nautica shirt crack. You know what I mean? That's good screen print. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they take pride in their work.
Right.
You might get some shit that fucking fuck up quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like all those shirts at PCX. Like
Yeah.
that shit cracking after 2
that cheap shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you also mentioned earlier that you kind of in a separate thing. You said you do merch, or that you have merch, and then you have a clothing brand. So what separates merch from like a clothing brand?
Oh well, merch is kind of yeah. Well, merch could be like if you're an artist, merch that's like your merch, and it's all the same shit. Merch.
So it's like merch more tied to like the person's name in a sense.
No,
to like
it's all the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, merch and clothing line. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a merch can be like a cup with like the rapper's name or an artist's name. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know in your store now you've been having like a lot of artists in there.
Yeah.
Like rapping and singing and all that. It's like how did you guys or how and then what made you guys start doing that?
Yeah,
like,
so we've been doing these we call them ATW performances. So we've been getting artists. They've been coming through. They've been doing performances. We started a couple months ago. It's been causing a lot of buzz. People are fucking with it. Everyone's happy. Coming through, having a good time.
What made you come up with that idea?
So basically my partner Dilly Gang and a couple other people, Donzi OP and a couple other artists, they came and they're like, we got to start doing some performances in the store. And I was like, hell yeah, man, let's do it. Like, it's all about content now. Just being able to bring content for artists, and people do different type of stuff. Like a lot of people have been doing performances, but no one was doing it in no clothing store.
No, yeah.
Right. So we just took it.
How many have you guys done so far? How many artists?
We probably had about 50.
50?
Yeah.
Yo, any issues, anything like during that, like this since you started?
Nah, everyone's been fucking with it. They've been having a good time. You know what I mean? We're bringing a lot of attention, a lot of views, people liking it. So everyone's been happy.
How does so for any artists out there that haven't been on it but want to get on to do a performance, like what's the process?
So basically, they could hit me up at All the Way Clothing on Instagram. And then so it does cost right now. We got a price on it, and then you get an outfit. So we'll lace you up with an outfit. You could pick whatever outfit you want in the store, and then you get the footage as well as put up on the platform.
Yeah,
so it's like a package deal. In a sense,
you get clothing, you get footage, you get content.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta show up and do your song that you already had anyway.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like we got the cameraman, JR Drizzy, and Fluff Shots. Like they're good cameramen too. They got good cameras. It looks crisp. You know what I mean? We got the DJ Kid Hype. He's a good DJ. His shit's fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's scratching it up. it's like a whole process, really. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of work too. You know what I mean? So
Is there any performers or artists that you had like that was your favorite so far that really stood out?
So we've had some hitters up there, man. Like shit's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Well, Donzio P, he set it off. Fucking that shit was hard. We had Sholey up there.
Okay.
Ty Henny.
That guy's blowing up.
Ty Henny, he's fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hartford Poe. This dude, he's a spitter. He fucking set that shit on fire. Fucking. We had a lot of people been up there. You know what I mean? Stevie Max.
All within like a month, 2 months. You said, right? Like less than 2 months.
Yeah. We started around 2 months ago.
Yo,
yeah.
with these because you just named some big artists in Connecticut.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Got some real potential to make it out
Yeah,
of here.
yeah.
You know? Did you guys like know these people already?
Oh well, yeah. We had Fuego Bass up there too. He actually got signed by Benny the Butcher.
He's like fucking doing shit with Jadakiss now.
I don't. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I
don't know if he did. Yeah, maybe he did. I didn't see it yet, but he's
you
making noise.
You know what it is? I think Meek Mill reposted one
or some shit probably.
like
But
that.
yeah, he's fucking got signed to Benny the Butcher. So
He's signed.
Yeah. Fuego Bass. Yeah.
Damn.
He was up there. He came through.
How did you guys go and make that connect? Was that through your boy?
No, I know Fuego Bass.
Oh,
yeah. No, I personally know him. Like
Oh,
we got good ties. I've been in the game for a while, so we got ties with a lot of people. So you know what I'm saying?
Your networking game is strong. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So are most of these
yeah.
artists is reaching out to you guys? Are you reaching out to them? Like,
Well, everyone's reaching out. That's how
really?
you get put up on it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? It's people been seeing it and then wondering how to get on it. They hit us up. Well, right now we're booked up. We're already booked up to like the 20th. So I think I got one space available on the 20th.
Cause you only do it once a week.
Yeah. So we shoot on Mondays.
Okay.
So we just shoot on Monday nights. So. Yeah.
So like one artist will come on a Monday.
No. We got like
artists?
4 or 5 a night.
Okay.
A night?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
And now, how often are you putting their content up? Like, is it on
so
like a cycle?
the schedule right now is Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 11 a.m. We'll post them up. Yeah.
So on Monday, you guys shoot for at least 4 people.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, someone's already dropping.
Yeah.
The content's already dropping.
Yeah, we've already got we got like 5, 6. No, we probably got like 7 people still got to drop that we've already shot.
Damn,
Is that from like the Tuesday night? The Tuesday drop, is that from the day before, or is that from like
No, because that would already be filmed.
Okay.
From
The
the week
people
before.
we've already shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say you guys are pumping them out.
Yeah, no, we are pumping them out though.
Yeah, the camera crew's fucking tight, man. Like,
Yeah.
they're doing.
No, everyone's putting in work. It's a job. This is like, it's not just, we're just doing, I mean, and we're putting in time into these posts and then getting the interaction, everything. You know what I mean? So,
have you seen an increase in clothing sales since?
Yeah, definitely. 100%. And it's definitely the brand's getting out there. People are starting to notice it. And it's cross promotion too. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
And about the studio time, is that like gone up too? Like
price wise, or
no,
just
I mean just like.
Well, yeah, we got a well known studio, the Stu 860 in Enfield. So there's not too many studios around ours.
That area,
you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's a good studio too. You come through, good vibe.
Okay.
Definitely
Good
something
equipment.
You gotta check in, man.
Yeah, definitely. I got a podcast room in there too. In Enfield too.
A podcast room.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things you got to have in your studio. You know what I mean? It's.
I mean, everyone with an opinion has a podcast nowadays, right? So
yeah.
It's like, might as well profit off it.
Well, we rent it for other podcasts, and then we've done a couple ourselves, but here and there. But yeah.
I mean, do you ever have a concern? Like, how does it work for somebody coming into the podcast and renting the studio? Like, do you have somebody in the room, like just chaperoning shit, making sure that like no one's messing stuff up, or like how does it work?
We'll show you how the equipment runs, and then you could do your own thing. We'll let you do your thing. We're not gonna be watching you like that. Yeah.
So like, let's just say, for instance, like somebody damages something. Does it come directly out of them? Like
whoever booked this session,
they gotta pay for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same in all the spot, like the photography studio, like that I got in Hartford, like with. You can't go around there. If you break sign and you go somewhere and break sign, you expect to pay. Like you know, people sometimes they might try to be like if I came in here and broke sign, you know, I'm gonna pay you.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
If it's an accident and it was both of our fault, then you know what I mean. Obviously, you know, but like if you just physically broke sign,
that's a different conversation.
Yeah, like that.
So one last thing before I wrap this up. I know you also have you guys are trying to start a nonprofit.
Yeah, so I was telling you, we're getting into this. We're gonna start a nonprofit. Well, we basically did, me and 3 of my buddies. John Dilly Gang, my partner, Stevie Max, and Doran Pierre, another artist as well. All artists is, for mentor and entrepreneurship. So we're setting that up.
What made you guys want to do this?
Giving back, and then just, that's the future. These kids are the future. There's nothing going on for the kids. That's what I'm about now. It's all about good vibes, just doing things right. You know what I mean? Just giving to the kids. Just teach them the sauce. You know?
Did it, like, you having your own kid kind of motivate you to do that, or is that something that's always been in you?
Well, that, and there's just a lot of things not going in our town. So you know what I mean? We gotta help it out.
Well, yeah, what's like, I've actually never been to Enfield. What's it like living over there?
It's like it's like a Rockville / you ever been to Rockville?
Nah.
It's just like a town, like a suburb town that just.
So it's not like no fucking like slums type shit then.
Well, there's slums, but it's like not slums crazy, but like you got your spots, you know what I'm saying? And it just,
I feel like that's every
just not
city.
things going on, you know.
Right. And if they don't, what they say, idle hands is a devil's playground. So like if they don't got nothing to do, they're gonna find some stuff to like get themselves into. You know?
Especially for the kids, they just run around. We have the studio. Some of the younger kids come and record. That's good. But then we want to just influence them, like branding, all that stuff. You could be what you want to be.
I mean, so let's get into it. Like, what is the plan for the mentorship? Like, is it like a curriculum? Are they just gonna be like hanging out with you guys for the day and like you show them what to do? Like, how would it really work exactly?
So basically how we're going to start is we're going to just start programs. We'll have little courses, stuff, bring them places, show them, like I could have the clothing store. I'll help them build a brand, make a shirt, go in the studio. They could make some music. We'll get some other people involved that do other things. It could be start your own podcast. It could be barber. It could be my girlfriend. She does makeup, beauty stuff. You could be braiding hair. And you know what I mean?
Oh, so kind of like
numbers of things that we could help them do.
Like a boys club in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they just took down the teen center in our town too, so they don't even have a teen center out there.
Oh, really?
So there's like nothing.
What is like during COVID? It just goes down, or just?
Well, they knocked the building down. Yeah. So there's nothing really going for them.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed about, like, you know, this kind of new generation. It's like, like towns or states are not really investing into the future anymore. I mean, like I feel like when we were kids, like there was definitely a lot of, like, you know,
got the rec, you had that
rec,
boys club,
rec, YMCA. Like there was like a lot of opportunities for you to do stuff, but now it's like they're cutting down funding on so many of these things.
It's crazy. Yeah,
and then like they wonder, like,
why is the crime rate so high?
Because you're not fucking teaching them nothing. Especially in school, they'll never teach you how to own your own business. They're just gonna teach you.
I mean, were you raised in Enfield?
Yeah.
And was it like the same thing growing up out there, where like, you know, you guys had programs, and they're kind of just like phased out, or like how has it been?
Well,
I guess, like,
I've never really seen in my town something like, well, if I was a kid to like to start your own clothing brand, or like to be an artist, you know, like
so you
don't really see that.
You guys are pioneers in your town.
Yeah, and I really want to start something. You know what I mean? Like I wanted people to be able to do what they want to do. Like growing up as a kid, you never be like you'll think about what you want to do and like hope to do stuff, but you never have someone
like
teaching you how to. You know what I mean?
Like a roadmap on like success. You know, like you have the idea, but then like if your boy over here is trapping, it's like it's probably just easier to be a trapper, so I'm just gonna do that.
They're just
gonna
do some crazy shit, right?
Have you always had this inside you? Like after high school, did you go to college, or did you just kind of start going straight into
so yeah, I went to be an electrician. I went to a trade school. I did my electrician shit. I moved to New York for a little while and was working in buildings doing electrical shit.
Oh, really?
And then I'm like, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Came back here, and then just was doing my thing, and then trying to figure out what I want to do in life, and then. I still had the studio that was still going, but then like physically what I wanted to do, and then I was like fashion. I like clothes. I like.
You always like fresh as I just
like dressing nice stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like like I enjoy buying nice clothes and then wearing nice shit. So it was like,
You went best dressed in high school?
nah, I didn't want to be in high school much. I graduated, but
okay.
like they ever since I was in high school, they're like, you could leave at 12. Like 12 o'clock. I had an early release program, everything.
Okay. You're like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So it was like when it came to school, because I was just like never like, you know what I mean?
Not
I wasn't
for
feeling it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
so
I
you
still
said
graduated.
you said you had the studio like pretty early on. Like, how old were you when you started the studio?
We started that, so I was probably like 20. I was like 25.
Okay.
Like, yeah, probably around that.
So you went to New York.
Or no, yeah,
for a
like
bit.
24.
Okay,
Yeah.
went to New York for a bit.
Yeah, I
Realized
only was
I wasn't
out there
really
for like
working.
a half a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Realized it
It was,
wasn't working. Came
yeah.
back here, started doing
Yeah.
whatever, and then like.
And then started getting the
Cool.
clothing. Yeah.
Okay.
That was about 10 years ago. We started the clothing line.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you guys been doing this for a minute, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Grinding. Got the studio. We were going hard. We brought EAZY to Hartford when we were young.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And then we figured we didn't make no money off it. Fucking, we're like, nah, these shows ain't it.
Okay.
Spent a little bag on it.
Okay.
Like, damn, nah. But, you know what I mean?
Yo, man, shit, dude, thanks for coming on, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
shedding the light on what you guys are doing out there in Enfield. I mean, yo, I've
Yeah.
never personally like heard too much about that side of the state, but like y'all are doing big things. You guys are like, you know, spreading across the state into New York City. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
hell yeah.
y'all on y'all shit, especially with the artists, man.
Yeah.
You guys are doing big things, yo. Before I wrap this up, man, just let them know where they could contact you, find your clothes.
Yeah. So you can follow me at Moneybag45 at Instagram, and then you can follow me at All The Way Clothing on Instagram as well. We got all the performances up there, our work, all our embroidery work, all our stuff like that. And then yeah, that's where you can find me.
I mean, do you have any wise words for anybody that want to start a clothing brand?
Yeah, definitely pursue your dream and definitely do it, because you might be thinking about it and then might not be sure about it, but it's definitely the way to go. You know what I mean? Especially if you want to start your own brand.
Okay.
Branding is like the future, man. Like,
If you want to be someone, you got to be a brand.
Yeah.
You gotta have your brand.
Yeah.
yo, brand and content. That's all it is about,
Yeah.
now, yo.
Yeah.
And our last question is that we started asking people, what is your most memorable moment up until this point? It could be in the business, it could be in life.
Like memorable moment.
Yeah.
When I had my son.
Really? Outside of your kid. I feel like that's the first one that every parent goes to.
Now, the moment of now, you know what I'm saying? Just doing what I do, just
being right where you are right now.
Just being who I am, just like I feel good. You know what I'm saying? So,
He's living it.
yeah.
Okay.
Like,
You heard it here, guys.
mhm.
All right, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, comment. If you're an artist, definitely tap in with them. They're doing dope performances, man. And
Yeah.
It's definitely beneficial for everyone that's involved. Like, they're getting your content out there. It's quality stuff. You sound good, and it's helping them. So, yo, let's all grow.
Oh, yeah.
Let's make Connecticut into
Yeah.
that state.
And support the
Yeah.
clothing brand too.
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See y'all next episode.
Yeah.